10 more minutes or 15 more minutes. All right, so here is another slide set. General arrangement. This is a first class for the shipbuilding of naval architecture. So general arrangement is title. This is the book, textbook 1. Left-hand side is the original English book written by Harry Bamford. I learned from him when I was in Michigan University, but I don't know whether he's still alive. He's very old now, probably 100 years old, something like that, if he's alive. And right-hand side is Korean translation of this. And chapter names, oh, we already covered first chapter, but that was overview, and then now we go to general arrangement. So what is general arrangement? We try to cover basic principles of general arrangement, and then also shows you some pictures of general arrangement. So it is very similar to, always you can say, think about the building design or building construction, very similar to ship design and ship construction. So inside the building, you are now in a building, right? Dormitory or your office in your department or your laboratory, but you are already inside the building, right? Now. And how many rooms are there in your building? I am in Eureka building in N27. This is a 7th floor building. So, and one floor has about 10 rooms, right? But also there is a staircase, elevator, and at the entrance there is a door, and also lounge and library, and also toilet. So how can you locate those rooms and functioning or locate? That is same as general arrangement. So inside the ship, you need to put some place for engine room, some place for cargo, some place for pilot, captain sleeping, or pilot house, and cranes, propeller. So where we should locate and arrange. So this looks like a general arrangement. And inside, as a ship designer, if you have a chance to work as a ship designer in your future career, there are so many drawings are used to build a ship. Say, I can say 5,000 drawings are needed to build a ship. You can think about to construct a building, you need to have many drawings, say 1,000 drawings to build this Eureka building, I guess, including pipe drawing and electric cable drawing, and also telecommunication drawing, interior drawing for, say, desk, and also lighting, fans, and steam heating arrangement. So that, but the three key drawings we can say as a ship designer is, one of them is general arrangement. Second one is lines, and third one is a midsection drawing. So we call this is a 3 key drawings. So when I was a student in Naval Architecture department, when I was young, we had a design class, and we need to produce these 3 drawings, key drawings. And for the general arrangement, you need to put cargoes, where to put cargo, how many cargoes are there. So you can say that containers, ship, how many containers we can carry by my design, right? 10,000 or 1,000 or 5,000. And revenue, based on cargo, we get money come back, right? If you have a cargo truck, And then once your cargo truck is moving between Daejeon and Seoul, how many money you can get? We call this a revenue, right, for the cargo ship. It's important. Right? That is the main source of money coming. And engine, how large engine, where to put, the location of the engine, and accommodation for the pilot, captain, and pilot house. Right? So location arrangement is general arrangement. That is the mission of the work. Lines is for the outer shaping of the ship. So at the bottom of it, I showed you a picture. It is we call Lotte Tower in Korea, in Seoul. I guess this is the highest building in Korea. 110 floors, something. And nearby there is a Han River is flowing. And also you can see that the other buildings around them is very small. Right? Even though there is about 20, 30 floors. And lines, the shape, outer shape of the building, the Lotte Tower, looks very pretty, right? It is not straight line, it is curved line. Right? So the ship is also curved surface because it is looks like a fish underwater part. So that there is, you can calculate based on lines, hydrostatic performance, hydrodynamic performance of the ship, and displacement is how much cargoes or weight can be carried by the ship, and speed and stability is also determined by this lines drawing or design. So Woo-Sung-min, Mr. Woo-Sung-min is more related with the hydrodynamics of the lines of the ship and also ocean plant. And midsection is structural strength. So inside this building, you can, at the beginning of the construction, you may remember that only steel structure is collected and built. Once the steel structure is constructed, then they put outer skins and internal pipelines and electric cables too. So main structural body is to carry the strength of the whole, or weight of the whole building, not collapsing, not breaking, right? So how can you design that structural strength of the building or ship? It's determined by this midsection drawings. So we can call this is a 3 key drawings of the ship. So one of them is general arrangement. Today we are covering. Questions? No, so 10 more minutes, we can go. So this is a sample drawing for general arrangement of 3,300 TEU container ship. So you already knows many of terminology of shipbuilding or naval architecture. What is general arrangement? What is TEU? What is container ship? So 3 terminologies are like there. Right? And at the middle of the drawing, you can see, and middle bottom, we can say this is a floor plan. So it's a top view. Top view means from the high above the air, you look down the ship, but the floor shows a very low bottom of the ship because of the shape of the ship is very narrow and thin. You can say this is a bottom floor of the ship. You can say double bottom floor. And you can say this, there is a propeller, looks like a propeller there at the left-hand side. So in this floor, there is no containers out there because it is a very lower case of the ship. You can say in left-hand side, there is a midship section drawing, looks like a midship. And floor plan of right-hand side is very lower bottom of this. So below them, there is no containers. In the middle, there is many containers here. Right? and bottom, you will always say here is a small tanks. They carry fuel oil and fresh water and other things. And above that one, it is a cargo rooms, cargo space, internal cargo space that carry many containers. And this is side view, shows you front of the ship at the right hand side, back of the ship at the with the propeller, and in the left hand and middle is a superstructure where there's a pilot house with a captain and accommodation below, and the other places are full of containers. And top picture shows you sectional shape of each place where there is a line. Line here, the sectional view showing from the front of the ship. So these two bottom figures are drawn as a top view from the top, seeing below. This one in the middle is a side view, seeing from the side of the ship. And this top view and also in the middle this section is shown from the front of the ship. So three sectional views, three views coming XYZ, right? Positioning toward the axis. You can draw different angles. And then main topic of this general arrangement shows you what kind of room is there and which kind of room is used for which carries which cargo and which space allocation. And the others are numbers, many numbers showing the room size and cargo capacity of each room, something like that. Complicated, right? But it is one of the main drawing to design and build a ship. And this is a sample of lines drawing. So you can say that only outer skin of the ship is drawn here. And at the bottom, we can say this is water plane lines. It is top view. Top view means above the ship, you look down the ship. But half of the ship is drawn. So if you double or mirroring these lines to another side, then you can see a whole shape of the water plane area. And B is a buttock lines, is saying the side view of the ship hull. And this body plan means front view. Along in front of the ship, look back into your ship. See, if you cut off your, say, one single ship can be corresponding to fish. If you cut down the fish into several pieces, and each cut down sections can be shown as a sectional view or sectional drawing, and that is collected as a body plan. And station can be shown better in B, buttock lines. From the front of the ship, you can say FP and 19, 18. Oh, starting from the AP here. AP 1, station 1, station 2, 3, 4, 5, and up to 20. 20 is a FP. And those lines are shown in body plan as the numbers on the curve. Right? AP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11, and in the right hand side, and up to FP as a 20. So that is cutoff of the ship at each station, and sectional shape is drawn here as a body plan. And waterline is here, say waterline 6, waterline is here at the body plan. The 6 waterline is from the bottom, it is a number 6 waterline. if you cut the ship in this waterline, the sectional shape from the top view looks like a curve like this. So that kind of a way we describe the outer skin shape of the ship. So for the ship design or ship construction, you need to use these lines to cut off steel plate and put together the steel plate, bending them, and then welding them to create whole outer skin of the ship. So that is one of the main business of the shipbuilding company. And here at the right hand side, we call this the principal dimensions or principal particulars. LY means length overall, whole length, the maximum length of the ship. LBP is a length between perpendicular. Perpendicular means AP and FP. We call this is a fore peak perpendicular and after peak perpendicular. So two perpendicular. Between them, there is a length. We call this is LBP, length between two perpendiculars. It's 160 meters. So the ship is big, but not so big. Big ships. Breadth, the breadth of the ship is here. You can see from the body plan, 26 meters. And draft means submerged depth, right? Submerged depth. So you can, from the body plan, you can see that there is a special line called DL water line. DL is a draft line water line. So you can say this is a 10 meter draft depth from the top, bottom. And depth of the ship is 13.6 is up to upper deck. There is an upper deck here, right? Upper deck. Depth is measured up to there. And the difference between depth and draft, I can say this is a freeboard for the safety measure. And displacement is the capacity, volume of inner hull, the outer skin, inside of outer skin, you can say the measure of volume there. But this is only up to the displacement draft line, not whole depth up to 13.6. It is only for 10 meter of draft line. It is measured as a displacement because the cargo, the ship cannot submerge above draft line. So the draft line is the maximum capacity you can carry as a cargo. So that is the main target length or depth of the ship. For the weight, whole weight. Oh, it's already time for finishing class. All right, that's enough for today. Any question?
I had two questions actually.
Good.
For the waterline, are the units in meter, like 2 meter from? So, for example, 2 waterline, what does that actually mean?
Right. Oh, usually they do not corresponding to absolute unit of measure. This is just the numbers.
Okay.
So you need to, as a measure, you need to start from a draft length.
And for the butterflies, what does AP and FP stand for?
AP is after peak perpendicular, or you can shorten after perpendicular. After perpendicular, and 4 is 4. FP is 4 perpendicular. Perpendicular is a straight line, right? Perpendicular. 2 perpendicular there. After 4. So between perpendicular with length between perpendicular. So you are learning more and more terminologies, right? New terminologies for shapes.
Thank you.
All right, good question. I love getting questions, so please raise your many more questions. That helps me. Right? So please, usually Korean students do not raise questions when I was experienced. So I will ask you. If you do not raise questions, then I will ask you. So you need to raise questions, especially Korean students. All right. Other questions? Not today. All right. See you on Thursday then. Bye now.